You, me, we all love the battle-hungry maniacs in all mediums of fiction. Think characters like Thorkel from Vinland Saga, Kenpachi Zaraki from Bleach, Luck Voltia from Black Clover, Akuma from Street Fighter, Kratos from the early iterations of God of War, Yujiro Hanma from Baki. Just a few characters from the top of my head who meet that quota. Characters such as these will go out of their way for smoke regardless of the current situation, enemy or ally, nor do they give a if their opponent is astronomically stronger than them. In fact, that might make them want to fight you more. Hell, history even praises real-world battle-hungry warriors. Leonidas of Sparta, West Africa's Shaka Zulu, the Mongols' Genghis Khan, Khalid ibn al-Walid of Saudi Arabia. The picture should have been long drawn by now. We, as the audience, often love and praise these lunatics because we know if you see any of these guys on screen, someone's going to be throwing good old-fashioned hands. You think if Wolverine from any Marvel depiction is on screen that he's gonna be drinking tea and talking about clean energy solutions? To add to the already painted picture of this battle-hungry archetype enters Robert Kirkman of Walking Dead fame's superhero property Invincible. We the fans receive two very in-your-face appropriately named characters, BattleBeast and Conquest. They're both essentially the same character build, but what separates the two besides allegiance is what Kirkman decides to convey with the Viltrumite Conquest that I don't see people praising enough. But first, let's talk BattleBeast. We get introduced to BattleBeast in Season 1, Episode 5, where he dog walks the entire sorrily duct tape rebuilt Guardians of the Globe and an early Mark. Dog walk is me being generous, stomping on ankles, caving in chests, cracking skulls, doing whatever he pleases. BattleBeast's entire identity is an intergalactic lion-like alien who's looking for a good duel. The best part is he was hired by a crime boss Machine Head to defend him, and instead decides to leave the job he was hired for as Invincible, Black Samson, and the rest of the sorry Globe members gave him no clout points or honor for taking their weak lives. And he's not lying, them boys was sorry. We later see BattleBeast in Season 3 in a Viltrumite prison where he more than likely allowed himself to be taken captive like Alan the alien did with Anissa, and could have escaped whenever he wanted, opting only to leave when he was promised there'd be two Viltrumites for him to fight to his heart's content. And of course, we know how that goes now. Whereas it took Nolan and Alan's combined effort to beat the other Viltrumite, BattleBeast without his weapons and arsenal managed the same feat alone and barehanded. At last, we meet the end of BattleBeast in the story as he floats away in the cold, dark, desolate vacuum of space. For now. Maybe one day he'll meet someone who can best him in combat. Conquest. Anissa warns Invincible in Season 2 of a looming and inevitable threat. A Viltrumite who is murderous, unforgiving, relentless, and above all, powerful. Even more powerful than she. Mind you, she just finished putting belt to ass on Mark, with Cecil claiming Anissa's faster than Omni-Man. The final episode of Season 3 delivers on her ominous promise. Conquest.
Stand ready for my arrival, worm.
An old, scar-ridden body mass monster Viltrumite. The timing could not be worse. The 18 Invincible variants led by KSI just finished running amok all over the world's most populated capitals, and during the rebuilding phase, he's here to force Earth to merge as a subservient planet to Viltrum. Nolan failed his mission, so did his son, and Conquest surely won't. But here's the kicker. Conquest wants Mark to resist the Empire because it allows him to do this. It's on. Conquest is so sure in his power that he allows Mark to just tee off on him with no defense up. This serves as a way to gauge strength and demoralize Invincible later. Think about it. You tagging your opponent up with your best combos and he looks at you like Conquest starts having his fun. City to city, skyscrapers to buildings, vehicles and pedestrians alike obliterated as the old man beats the living out of Invincible. Mark can't catch a break, even when he pleads, "Are you crazy? I'm finna stretch your ass out." Pause. Why did I say pause? Holy hell. This battle-hungry maniac denies Invincible's offer of de-escalation and goes as far as to offer his opponent motivation to keep fighting him, to keep delivering this thrill. Thankfully, Oliver arrives just in time to turn the tide of battle.
Big ass beat
You see, unlike BattleBeast, Conquest does not shy away from killing weaklings. Otherwise, had it not been for Mark's interference here, Oliver would have been doing his best Stretch Armstrong cosplay. Totally unrelated, do you remember in season 1 when Nolan used Mark as a killing object to murder civilian life? Well, Conquest decides, as if things couldn't get any worse, Invincible's just hospitalized superpower girlfriend joins the scene, and you can see the fear in Mark's eyes when Adam Eve arrives. After all, she was almost killed by a substantially weaker Invincible variant. What chance does she stand here? Like that, his worst fear comes to fruition. Mark's taken out of the fight as Conquest destroys his leg, leaving his girlfriend to battle this monster by herself. While a good fight, Adam Eve is still not recovered enough from her previous battle and is shown the harsh truth. Conquest is the strongest one-man calamity the Earth has ever seen to this point. It's here where, from Conquest's perspective, he destroys Invincible's will. And for good reason. Physical damage is unfortunately the least worrisome right now. Things like trust and public morale for Invincible battered, his younger brother almost killed, civilians in 1,000 sacrificed, infrastructure war-torn light, and now the girl he loves dead. Thank you. I want to thank you, Conquest tells Invincible. Had it not been for Mark's stubbornness and denying Viltrum, Conquest wouldn't have had the ability to break loose like this, to which another struggle ensues. These boys are getting down. Of course, Conquest wins the struggle, pinning him to the ground, exerting complete dominance. While on top, the old Viltrumite leans forward and tells Invincible,
I am so lonely.
Another cliche villain monologue. At first, there's this sense of taunting. The audience feels as if what he's saying is just to get under Mark's skin even more. But it's not until he keeps talking that we understand he means this.
I am a victim of my own success. Conquest. I don't even get a real name.
What am I watching right now? The metaphoric floodgates that Conquest has been holding back for probably centuries become undone temporarily. The genius in the fact that every Viltrumite we meet has a birth name, like Nolan, Krieg, Lucan, Anissa, Thaddeus, Thula, and yet we have Conquest, stripping him of human qualities. He is the bringer of death and the acquisitioner of planets. Take it to the grave is Conquest's word before delivery of the final blow. When Invincible and an awakened Adam Eve finally turn the table on him, Conquest's face starts to become unrecognizable as a result of Invincible pummeling it. He doesn't beg Mark to stop or hear him out. He instead tells him, I take the good with the bad. Conquest understands that anger begets anger. He is willing to both take life and have his life taken without sorrow or anger. Granted, he's stronger than the foe, or the foe is stronger than he. There's no apology he wanted to give Mark, Samantha, or the rest of Earth that he just mercilessly assaulted. Without a shadow of a doubt, if given the orders in another universe, he would have carried them out again with no remorse. After all, if you're named Conquest and you have no friends, no way of displaying love, interests, hobbies, any passion, people treat you like a maniac, you slowly morph into that maniac, your only job is to conquer, why not enjoy it? Why not become the embodiment of Conquest? Thank you all for watching as always. I appreciate the love and interaction you guys show per each video, channel post, and just all around. If you don't know, I do have a TikTok where I mostly post my shorts and other IRL stuff like my cat Mina, who is right next to me as we speak while I'm editing this video, who doesn't listen to me anymore. So on Instagram, I post behind the scenes stuff that makes these videos happen. So you can see what the thumbnails look like as it's being made, the different artists I use to commission them, raw scripts, random posts, community spotlights, memes, etc. Other than those shameless plugs, I'm going to highlight these 5 comments from my Bleach video highlighting Tite Kubo for showing love to black, brown, or colored folks, where there's a very interesting spark of discussion that popped off in the comments. So if that interests you, check it out. I'm now at 1,000+ subs. Goal by the end of this year will probably be 3K subs. I'm gonna definitely write that in community posts. Other than that, we're moving forward, and I couldn't be more proud. As always, ladies and gentlemen, be
ようこそ逆さまの世界へ